Hey, what's going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC, and we've got a new RC for you from WLTOYS. This is the 10428B, and it's running a 540 brush motor, and it's pretty cool looking. I really dig the stylings, the LEDs, the color scheme. It's running beadlock wheels, but we're going to get into this a little bit more in depth. I will tell you right now, though, that it's kind of hard to get apart to show you some of the innards, and so that I've got some of the body panels that I'll take off for you during the unboxing. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up and see what you get in the box. All right, so here's the box for the WLTOYS 10428B. Now, you'll notice that this is also the same box that is used for the C, the A, and the 10428 original model. That looks like the Vetera twin hammers. This kind of looks like the Wraith Poison Spider kind of knockoffs. This actually kind of looks like a UTV of some kind. And this is carrying on that same look but different colors. So this does have a few other options in it, it looks like, as far as lights and things like that. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we've got in the box. It says Aegis 14 Plus, and it's brushed motor. This is slower actually than the 12428. So this is the 1/10 scale. The other one is a 12th scale. Right on the top of the box, we've got our instruction manual, and it looks like a little tire chuck that fell in. Let's go ahead and pull this out of the box and get a look. Oh, there went the battery. And we're going to have our controller in this box right here, and that's probably, maybe the charger as well. Looks like, yeah, those two things. There we go, everything is out of the package. Let's take a look at what comes included. First off, we're going to have our manuals. This will tell you how to operate your controller, and this here is going to show you all about the truck, how to drive it and be safe, and how it all goes together in case you have to buy the spare parts, which are also listed here in the back for you. Pretty standard fare. And here's the battery charger for 2S LiPo. It uses your balance lead on the battery to charge it, and it has an EU plug, so you'll need to get an adapter. We'll link those up for you below. You can get these in bulk if you buy a lot from Gearbest, because you get a lot of these type of plugs. As you can see here, we've got our battery. It's a 7.4 volt 2200 milliamp hour LiPo battery. So this is 2S at 2200 milliamp hour. Nice and small. I could use this for a lot of other things as well. I really like this. Little tire chuck. This will come in handy. What's impressive though for a car like this is the controller. It actually just looks really slick. It feels great. Grippy rubber on here, your trims on the top, dual rates on the top. You got auxiliary trims and dual rates as well down here. So lots of options. Little bendable top. This is going to set you back 6 AA batteries. Feels really good. It's got kind of like a velvety, smooth rubber kind of finish to it, which will probably peel off pretty quickly running it outside and sweaty and everything. But it feels really good in your hand, and that's what is important. Alright, now on to the vehicle itself. Let's take a look at this thing. It's not something where you just remove body clips, take the body off, and work on it. You actually, what I've found is going to be quickest and easiest for tonight is to just take off 4 screws that hold the little driver in place, and it gives us access at least to the inside to be able to see kind of what we're dealing with here. So if we look in the back here, the battery is always accessible. You just can drop it in here, put the Velcro strap down, you can reach it. However, the on-off switch is buried right down here. See the red? That's where the on-off switch is. And so that's always probably going to be in the on position, because you can't get in here to turn it on and off, which is a little bit problematic, but I guess you just plug it in when you want power and unplug it when you don't want power anymore. It has a 2-speed transmission. It wasn't something I saw on the box, but you can see there's a servo sitting right on the top here, and it goes to the gearbox here. On the other side, we'll spin it around, is where we've got our 540 can motor. So here we've got our servo that's going to run the transmission, our 540 motor. Shocks are on the top here. We've got a metal drive shaft that runs straight through here. And then we've got our arms here from our servo, which is down here, that runs our steering. From the front, our front end suspension here you can kind of get a look at. A lot of adjustability here. You've got the metal drive shaft in the front. It can be seen there's a little glisten running through there. It's going to be your drive shaft. However, the rear one is just a plastic drive shaft, and that'll help it not hang up on things. And so you want to check these grub screws, make sure that you have some blue lock around them and that they're tightened down. You can see it's a solid rear axle, not solid front axle, so it's going to be kind of like a Vatera twin hammers kind of stylings, or say like a Yeti. It's got LED lights in the rear. These brake ones are always on. The shocks, nice big long adjustable shocks, but let's just say about the shocks, they're not oil filled, they're springy, and so that might be something you'd want to upgrade. You can get aluminum shock bodies for these that are oil filled, I think on eBay for like $25, so it's not a bad upgrade that you can get for it. Overall, it looks pretty cool. It looks a lot like a UTV maybe. You know, get rid of these side doors, but a very cool buggy. I really like the stylings of this front bumper that they've got here. I think that's really slick. LED lights is a nice touch. It's got pretty decent articulation, that's for sure. Let's go in the rear. So that's pretty high with all three other wheels on the ground. Alright, so if we look at the tires here, they're a nice, really grippy rubber compound, lots of deep tread in there, and they're plastic beadlock rims that they use on these. So you can see it's a plastic chassis on it, plastic arms here in the front. So this little switch here on the controller is what you use to switch gears, which is, I guess, operated by your thumb when you're turning here. You can switch through it. So we're in neutral right now in the center. Here it's spin. This is going to be second gear is forward, it feels like. And first gear is going to be back to the left. You've got your trims across the top here, steering trim, throttle trim, your dual rates. You've got other auxiliaries down here, a bind button. You've got a whole menu system, I guess, here that you can go through. And then a back button, which it looks like the back button actually, so I just noticed, turns your lights on and off. So hit the back button, lights on, hit back, lights are off. I like it with the lights on. I think it looks slick. Really nice controller for under 150 bucks. We'll have to get out and see how it actually drives and how it performs. I don't mind it being a slower car. That could be a lot of fun if it's, you know, a nice rock bouncer. Can handle all different kinds of terrain. But we'll give it a test for you guys. Well, that's the look at the WLTOYS 10428B. For blue, maybe? I don't know what the B's for, but it's a pretty cool looking little rig. I can't wait to get it out and give it a run for you guys. And we'll get some video of that for sure, and we'll find out just kind of how it does, what the durability feels like, and what kind of upgrades I might want to put into this if it's a car that I do want to invest in. So all of that to come. Anyway guys, thanks for tuning in. Have fun RCing. We'll catch you next time.